Hello again, everyone, and welcome in. I'm Steve Baker, the voice of the Red Hawks, joined by the director and head coach of men's and women's cross country and track and field, Tom Chorney, and give you a little update and a preview of what's coming up on this 2019-2020 campaign. Tom, thanks for spending a few minutes here with us. Let's talk cross country first, and obviously we'll start with the men and what a successful year they had, and I know you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, it was such an exciting year when you look back at what we accomplished last fall. The men not only won the title for the first time in 20 years, but we did so in a very dominating fashion. And I know we've pointed out before, you could have taken our last 5 runners, so 5 through 9, and we would have won the meet without our top 4.
Right.
And that just means that we're in a position to be extremely strong this year. We return Chris and Sean Torpy and David Coffey, but we also bring in a couple of really strong freshmen that could mix up with the upperclassmen. Max Manley is worth mentioning. He was the Roy Griak champion last fall. And Obsa Feta is one that I think he's one of the smoothest runners I've ever seen, and I know we're excited to have him on the roster.
Yeah, I'm looking like 3 or 4 names here that are all young runners that can make an impact on this year's cross-country team. On the women's side, even with injuries, you were just off of the victory a year ago, and those injuries are all now healthy.
Yeah, it's one of the best things to see the injured population of your squad start to get healthy and run fast again. Carly Davis is one of them who has done amazing things in the past for us, and she just had an okay year last year and was kind of managing pain throughout most of the year. Now she's already reported she's had 2 of the best long runs she's ever had in her life, and she's excited about the season. In addition to that, you look at the other girls who are returning, and I think across the board, every one of them has made significant improvement over the course of the track season, and they're ready to go take on the MAC conference. I think they're going to do a phenomenal job this year. Should
be an incredible year for men's and women's cross country. Let's move on to track and kind of recap where we've been, because it was an incrable track season. Let's start with the men.
Well, yeah, so there's a whole list of highlights that we could talk about. I think one of the best things that we can point out is, let's start from the bottom up. We had Ryan Smith is one of our best freshman throwers right now, and he was awarded the MAC Field Athlete of the Meet at the outdoor meet. He competed in 4 events, and as a freshman, he already brought home a lot of points for us. He's only going to get better and better, and he's been competing throughout the summer. We had Chris and Sean Torpy both made it to the NCAA finals in the 800 and the 1500. They both walked away with second-team All-American honors and honorable mention honors. They just make us such a strong team. Now, when you start to look at our younger athletes, both from the jumps, the 400-meter squad, and the distance group, we have athletes that fill in the depth, and so even if we didn't have 1 or 2 of our top runners, we can go and score the same amount of points this coming year. Yeah,
best outdoor finish in the MAC in 25 years. Kenny Glenn, got to talk about the indoor meet in New York, placed 5th.
Yeah, and unfortunately he graduated, but you know, this goes into one of the points I want to talk about later, and it's the extra opportunities that we're giving to our athletes. Kenny Glenn was one of 5 athletes that we were able to bring to the US ATF indoor championships. So this is the senior meet across the whole nation, and Kenny went and he got 5th place in the long jump at the US indoor meet.
Ivan Dye, Arthur Ashe Sports Scholar Award as well. So the awards are there for this team. Let's talk about the track women, 6th overall, only 7 places out of 3rd.
So that's one of a testament to where the conference is. We were only 7 points out of 3rd place as a team. We ended up 6th. That definitely represents an improvement for where we've been. We could also look at 4 or 5 different events and say, wow, we could have scored more points here. We could have been 3rd very easily. We add a freshman, Kayla Walters, is a very strong hurdler. She's a state champion out of Illinois. We add Addison Hoover, one of our throwers. She's going to be a tremendous asset to our team as well, and just add more points for us. When you look at what we accomplished, you look at Olivia Bechtel is returning. She was the most outstanding performer at the MAC meet for the women. She scored more points than anybody else on our team. She anchored our 4x4 team that set 4 different times. They set the school record. She set the school record in the 400 indoor and outdoor. Kenny Glenn, he set a school record. I mean, you look across the board, we set a lot of school records. And that's just the overall trend of our program. We're getting better and better.
And Danielle Collier, 2nd-team All-American. She was in the top 10 in the U.S. Championship.
So, let's use that as the point to kind of launch to the next topic. Danielle Collier, 2nd-team All-American in the javelin. She was 9th, and she didn't quite get that scoring spot, and it was crazy. 10th at the NCAA championship. She was 9th at the U.S. senior meet. So every year we have the U.S. Championship, which is beyond the NCAA. And on the 4th year, on that Olympic year, the U.S. Championship acts as the Olympic Trials.
Right.
And so as of now, I think she's already got a qualifier for the Olympic Trials next year.
Great.
And so that already gives us a jumping point for our athletes to say, you know, we are this type of program. We're the kind of program that has athletes going to the Olympic Trials.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we really want to be able to supply is those opportunities to bring more and more athletes.
And of course, those opportunities take a little support from people that are watching this particular interview, alumni. And it's not only support for the other opportunities, it's support for within the program. I know this past year, hurdles and other training equipment were involved in what the alums and those donors have been able to give.
Yeah, and that's a big thank you for the support that we've already received, because it may seem like a small item, but a team tent that we can travel with to either protect us from the cold or shade us from the sun, that's such an essential piece, and we need to purchase those items. We need to have those recovery tools and the hurdles. There's always things to replace. Right now we're in need of high jump pits. We would like to replace the steeplechase barriers. They're old, they're very heavy, they're a little rusty. But we also have some repairs that we need to do out at the track, and that's, you know, as much as we love the support that we've got, we're at a point with this program that we want to support the vision that we have. And so that's really the big thing that I want to talk about is, you know, we need some more help. With the alumni base, one of the things that we're asking is if you're able to help, if you've ever thought about helping, maybe consider this year. But in addition, you know, we talk about game changers.
Right.
One of the big game changers for our program would be an indoor track. We have a great facility right now, the indoor football field at DISC, the Dowk Indoor Sports Center, and we get everything done that we need to there, besides we can't host an indoor track meet. A game changer for us would be to have an indoor track. Now that's obviously, I'm not going to go to somebody and ask them to write a check for an indoor track and start building. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have to go through. But that's one of the things where if you know somebody, or if you have an idea about how we could actually start, you know, begin that conversation, that would be a game changer for our program and really all of Southwest Ohio.
Yeah. And there are a lot of different ways that you can help the program, a lot of different ways to give money to the program and support the program. And I know one of them is coming up very soon, and Move in Miami.
Move in Miami is always an exciting time. So the kids get back to campus. We just spent the whole summer in Oxford with a very kind of a lull, and it's really nice and quiet, but it's always exciting when the kids get back. And the Move in Miami campaign is a great time to launch that giving schedule. I mean, you can give once, which again, we need team tents. We have to replace a team tent. We still need a lot of these recovery tools. But then you can also set up a recurring donation on a monthly basis. But then again, we're looking for those big ticket items where we can actually sit down and have a conversation about new warm-ups for the whole team. We can talk about something like an indoor track, talk about resurfacing the outdoor track. We're definitely due for that as well. Absolutely.
And speaking of the outdoor track, a couple of big meets coming up this year.
Yep. So we've got a few things we want to put on your calendar. We're hosting 2 cross-country meets. We've got August 30th is a Friday. That's our Miami opener. We are hosting Ohio State, Indiana, and Kentucky. 3 weeks later, we host the Red Hawk Rumble on September 21st. We're going to have an alumni event there as well, and you'll be able to register online. It's a barbecue for all alumni. We'll have a get-together uptown after the meet that Saturday. And then during the outdoor meet, right now we've got 2 on the schedule. We may add a third. The Blizzard Buster, appropriately named for March 20th, I believe, is the Friday, and it's before our spring break. We're actually following that with a team banquet, which is a really great opportunity to recognize all of these things amongst the family. And then we'll have another one April 25th.
Very good. So, again, remember, Move in Miami. Make sure you make your donations there, and you can check it out on the miamioh.edu website and and go to the Move in Miami site as well. And for the other opportunities, I'm sure they can contact you.
I think that's one of the best things that you can do. If you have a question about where the money is best spent, or if you have an idea about how you want to donate or what you would like to give, just contact me directly. And if it's something that we need to bring in extra help, we bring in Nick Smith, and he's one of our reps in the development squad, and we get you all taken care of.
Tom, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.